Good evening, everybody. It's the music that says it's time to start the show. My name is Rex Perry. I'm the host and creator of the show. And if you're just turning on your radio and stumbled into us, it's called the Business to Business Radio Show. We talk business, politics, and economics. And we are very honored to have guests in our studio. We're going to start with Olya. Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, my name is Olya Johnson. I am a Ukrainian-born volunteer here in Arizona, and I'm a co-founder of a volunteer organization that started here in 2022. It is called Cactus and Tryzub. We focus on cultural advocacy and advocacy about Ukraine, educating our fellow citizens in Arizona about what is happening in Ukraine.
Excellent. And you're...
Hello, my name is Mykola Melnik. I'm a Ukrainian veteran. I'm fought for my country since the Revolution of Dignity to time of big counter-offense. I was a Commodore Company Tactical Group Bradley 47 Brigade, and my company first destroyed Russian position in the south of Ukraine at the time of big counter-offense. It's nearby Robotino. That's why my president awards me the Order of Bogdan Khmelnytsky. And after wounded, I come back to the volunteer squad, volunteer troops, like commander of crew drone interceptors. And every night in Kyiv, I protect my city.
Fantastic. And please introduce yourself and lean in, yeah.
Вітаю, мене звати Денис Гайда, я ветеран російсько-української війни з 2014 року.
Good morning. My name is Denis Gaida, and I am a veteran of Ukrainian-Russian war since 2014.
And let's swing over the mic. Take the mic there and introduce yourself, please.
Вітаю, мене звати Олег Бончинський. Я український ветеран, бойовий шлях почався з Революції Гідності 2014 року.
Hello, my name is Oleg Bachinsky. Similar to my brothers in arms, my road in the war started in 2014 from the Revolution of Dignity.
Now, please, everybody pay attention. She said 2014. This is when this actually started, and we as Americans could have jumped in back then, but we didn't. And this is the ripple effect of not doing anything. But let's lay a little bit of groundwork, a little bit of history. I'm very old, and when you get old, you become part of history. And I remember as a young kid, 1962, I was just very little, but I remember the Cuban Missile Crisis. And this was almost a World War III nuclear weapons conflict. So we bring it forward. Sorry, we're going to race through history. But then in the 89, 90, early 90s, the Soviet Union broke apart and Ukraine became free. And there was an agreement to give up your nuclear weapons. Tell us about that.
That is correct.
Yeah.
1993, actually. Probably Mykola knows better since he is a professional historian.
Yep.
But in brief, in 1991, Ukraine proclaimed the independence. That happened in August. And that was the last nail in the coffin of Soviet Union. Yep. After that, Soviet Union crumbled and collapsed by December. It was a rough stretch for Ukraine. However, I want to remember for people that as of that date in 1991, Ukraine was the third biggest possessor of the nuclear weapons in the world. The top was Russia, the second was United States, and then the third one was Ukraine. And under Russia, I mean Russian Federation, because back then they were not a separate country. Russian Federation has inherited their weapons, United States have their weapons, and Ukraine voluntarily gave away weapons and asking just to protect themselves and having security guarantees, independence guarantees, and land guarantees from United States, Russia, and Great Britain.
And we failed. Let's be honest. We have failed. So in 2014, tell us what happened in 2014.
In 2014, Russian have a small invasion in the Crimea and in the Donbas area. Unfortunately, after the Revolution of Dignity, our army force were small and not professional, unfortunately. That's why the first guys who started to fight against Russia, it was a volunteer corps. It's like my brother in arms, like Oleg Bonchinsky, like Denis Gaida, because it's the guys who first started fight on the east of Ukraine.
To hold them back.
It's amazing that our army force don't understand what they may do in the battle, and that these guys go to the place where they see the Russian troops and take their rifles.
Yeah. And hold them back. You guys are amazing. Okay, so let's jump forward. First of all, we really blew it, guys. America blew it because you got to stop aggression in the moment. But anyway, let's get to 2022. None of us thought that Putin would be stupid enough to try to invade. No, Europe didn't think it. The Americans kept saying, "Hey, our CIA, we're saying, hey, something's going on here." 2022, just in case people don't understand what happened in 2020, February 2022?
We, with my brother in arms, know what we must to do, because we know that Russia never stop, and maybe in May of 2020 we retired to the normal life, but in February all of us understand that Russian attacked me in some days, and I remember that we in 15 February we have a meeting with guys, and we understand, okay, Russian will be invasion in the closer time.
Yeah, do you guys want to comment on? So you guys gathered together as brother in arms because you saw something coming? Do you want to comment? Go ahead.
Хлопці, коли почалася активна фаза 2022 року, і ви вже бачили, що воно приходить, що вони прийшли в нашу країну, які ваші дії були, яка ваша акція? Ви зібрались разом і знов поїхали? Як це для вас проходило перші дні 22 року?
Yeah.
Не знаю, звідки я це відчував, але я поїхав зустрічати повномасштабну війну на Донбас, в Авдіївку, за тиждень до її початку.
I don't know how to explain it, but I had a gut feeling that something is about to happen. Thus, 1 week before, prior to the full-scale invasion, I actually went to Avdiivka, that is Donbas, Donetsk region, and I meet the war already there.
Yeah. And everybody that's listening, and also we're going to have this on YouTube video, these guys were right on the front line from day one. I mean, think about that. Courage.
Actually, personally, in talking to the guys in the last 4 days, and it is in our national culture that we diminish our achievements. It's part of our culture. But I am so honored to be next to these guys. Think about it. Denis was the first person that had a weapon wound on Maidan in 2014. He was the first person who has been shot by police during protests in Maidan. Oleg has been in every single hot spot all over Ukraine since 2014 and 2022 and 2023. And Mykola has been in every part of that. He has been in Verkhovna Rada, that is the equivalent of Congress in Ukraine, prior to that, helping to create legislation and knowing what was happening in there and being able to put one and one together and still remain the patriot and go there. It is amazing.
And we have to educate the audience about Maidan.
Yes.
How do you pronounce it?
Maidan.
Maidan.
It is square. Historically, it's coming from the times of Kiev, Rus. I apologize, not Russia, but Kiev, Rus. And it was the way people would get together and make statewide decisions. The society of people, the citizens, would come in and would make decision by the majority of people and move on and do in very critical times during Kiev Rus times as well.
And Maidan is kind of a square.
Yes, it is a square.
And they got buildings all around. And you were there?
На Майдані ви були, хлопці?
We all
You were there. Now, and you guys must have been younger then, right? How old were you
Вам
guys?
було?
Нам по 24.
Both of them, Oleg and Denise, were 24. And Mikola, how old were you?
27.
Wow.
That's
Guys, any of the 20-year-olds out, would you have courage? Because you guys were getting shot at. You got shot. They had snipers on the buildings, and these are peaceful protests in the center, and it just is incredible. Now, I'm getting chills here because what was the name of the leader at the time in Ukraine?
Viktor Yanukovych.
Yanukovych.
Yes.
And you guys were able to get him to flee the country. Yep, and be able to take over. Now, there were some different elections, and then Zelensky comes in. Remember this whole thing with Trump and Zelensky, trying to get Zelensky to find dirt on Joe Biden, all that. I mean, we're all connected here. We got about 2 minutes left here, but I want to get this segment to the point where these guys were on the front line. 2014 is when the battle first started, but then it got really hot in 2022. In February 24th. And then they've been on the front line ever since. And we've got to give them support. Now,
Correct.
contact, website, if anybody's listening here that would like to get involved, how do they help?
If you would like to help us locally and spread the word, please contact www.cactus and Tryzub, CACTUSANDTRYZUB.com.
And you can get a hold of Olya
Or Irene.
or Irene, and we're going to help you guys. We're going to do everything we can because this is a turning point in history. And now, everybody stay tuned because the next segment, we get to talk about the brilliance of these guys and the drones. Okay, we got about 60 seconds here. Again, anybody listening, if you miss anything, you can go to my website, find my contact info, 123bz.com, 123bz.com, phone number, my email, everything, contact info there. We'd love to help raise funds. We'd like to get our legislators on federal and state, every place, to support Ukraine. And we got to win this. So everybody, music coming. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back.